KONE is one of the global leaders in elevators and escalators industry, and we have a mission to improve the flow of urban life. And here's a fun fact. On any given day, KONE moves more than 1 billion people on our planet. And I'm sure in the last 24 hours, many of you in this audience would have been moved by KONE, and probably you didn't even realize it. And that's the best part of it, Thomas. We create integrated, seamless experience of flow of life.
Thank you so much. And I actually watched in the morning when I took the elevator, and indeed it was a KONE.
Excellent.
I was looking forward to the session today. And for sure, it's also amazing how we can use also, as you laid out, I mean, also technology as an enabler, basically to solve also the problems we see with urbanization or the climate change. So quite impressive. But actually, we talk about the clean core in this sense. But why actually did you start with the clean core activities? And what were the benefits you were hoping for with starting the journey?
Sure. Let me start this with the macroeconomic factors which are in the play and that has been influencing KONE's business models and also evolving us towards the future. The first factor, what we see is the urbanization. For our industry, we see every day there are more and more people moving into the cities. The need for high-rise buildings and establishments around it continues to grow. Now, we are chasing this opportunity as a company. And while we want to chase this opportunity, it's all about scalability and efficiency that we need to have. The second factor is about supply chain resilience. In the current geopolitical climate, it's extremely critical to have a supply chain that is highly resilient, that responds fast, and also to recover in case of an unintended disruptive events. Now, to have that, it's very imperative for us to have a system or technologies behind which is highly flexible, adaptable, and most importantly, creates a real-time visibility for us. The third one itself is technology by itself. The way at which the technology is rapidly evolving, it just feels today is more faster than yesterday. So how does KONE leverage on this journey of technology and be a player in the digitalization? We are targeting to be a player in the smart connected ecosystem of buildings through IoT elevators, and data is very important. So how do you leverage on data to build the digital solutions and make offerings for our customers? Now, with these factors in play, it was very evident to us that with our current ERP, which is almost 3 decades old, and over a period has been highly customized, it wasn't possible. So what do you do next? And that's where the idea born that let's start with a reset or a restart of our own processes, our own mindset. Let's simplify it and start with a clean core, which is as close as possible to the standard. And that's where our journey began.
No, absolutely. And I think, you actually also can sell our clean core story even better than we about the standardization, the benefits of that one. But actually, how did you start it? That's always the question. I mean, we talk about clean core, but everybody's asking the question, how do we actually really make that real? And what's the first steps in that journey?
Yeah. Once we knew where our business is evolving, it was a top-down approach. So it was very clear to our strategy that where we want to take KONE forward. And it began with a top-down approach where we had a strong executive buy-in across all lines of businesses and functions. So that was our first important step to take. The second one was about building a strong core enthusiastic team in partnership with SAP and our SIs, who are core in terms of defining how to take this ambition forward. And the third one has been about staying as much as close to fit to standard, be close to the core, and create a mindset that the team is built and empowered enough to execute the plans. So that's how we started our journey. And we are still in the journey. We are in the process of rolling out soon enough our first pilot countries, and then in the next few years, we want to reset the whole processes for KONE, and let's say we are back to standard.
And I think you mentioned a couple of interesting points, like the executive buying, the entire company buying also into the fit to standard approach and the benefits you see. But what would you recommend to all of the customers to get started? And also, perhaps a question, what can SAP do better actually to support you on that one as well?
Right. Maybe I start with the second part of question first. What can SAP do better? I think you have done enough by already announcing the mainstream ECC is going out from support on 2027. That has already created a sense of urgency across many customers like ours as well. But let's get And I'll come back to where SAP is helping us a lot also further beyond. But what can other customer learn from our journey? If I have to share own experience and learning, I would start with a strong executive buy-in. You need to have an executive sponsor who's present in the board of your company. That is helping us a lot here in KONE as well. These kind of transformations do not happen if you don't have a strong top-down executive buy-in. Build a very strong governance towards the business case benefit realization. And after that, empower the team, give them the flexibility to plan their own execution strategy and achieve the goal that they are after. Do not oversteer them. It's the team that is actually the core behind doing this. The third part of it is, which I've realized over the years through this transformation and many others behind, clean core is not about technology. Clean core is not about, to some extent, business processes. It's about people. It's about your employees, your partners, SAP, SIs, who actually make this happen. So you need to take care of them. You need to ensure they have fun, they are empowered, and in the journey, they are motivated to help you achieve what you're aiming for. So that would be my top 3 things that I'll leave with the audience to think about it. And SAP has been very important to us with the advisory services in the whole journey. And I look forward for that partnership. I was watching your announcements on the AI, and I'm very keen to follow through that. How can Copilot and SAP's AI can come together in KONE, and looking forward to leverage more on it. So keep challenging us on that.
Absolutely, no. I mean, thank you so much. And as you mentioned, I mean, the clean core is not just for the sake of the clean core. It's about these business outcomes, the possibility to embrace innovations faster. That's why we actually do that. And it's not just about code. It's also about basically the integration means, the process flexibility, and quite frankly also how we operate the systems to really achieve this future-ready ERP. So clean core is actually a constant effort, but it's worth it, as you mentioned, faster innovations, simpler upgrades, lower TCO, and the likes. So thank you so much, Ashish.
Thank you.
And thanks for sharing this impressive story with us. Thank you.
Thank you.